Get you the biggest check possible.
Chief Meteorologist Tim Miller. Weather coverage you can count on. The Live 5 for 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai.
Well, taking a look outside, sort of a milky-looking sky, if you will, as we have some high clouds starting to roll on in. It's been a beautiful day temperature-wise, but temperatures are going to start to fall. A full look at your 5 for 6 forecast straight ahead.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 4, more than a dozen people arrested, 6 more still wanted in Rennes, Georgia, in connection to a spike in gun violence.
Plus, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp making an announcement today that could have an impact on your wallet.
And the Georgia Cancer Center will soon offer a new blood test, one that can help test for cancer early. A closer look as News Channel 6 at 4 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 4.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brad Means.
And I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you so much for joining us.
The coverage you can count on begins in Jefferson County, where a grand jury has indicted 20 people on aggravated assault and gun-related charges that fall under the Georgia State Gang Act and the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations, or RICO, Act.
Hannah Latier is here now.
That's right, guys. On July 6th, the Rennes Police Department and the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office launched an investigation following a series of shootings in Rennes. Some of them date back to August 2022. Last week, the Rennes Police Department, along with the Grovetown Police Department and Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, arrested 15 of the 20 people. The Rennes Police Chief tells me their ages range from 15 to 28. More arrests are expected to follow. Local activists say they think this is a good step to take, but the solution to stopping the violence is being proactive.
They need some physical activity, but I'm thinking they need more than that. They need some education too. We need to play a bigger role in our church and so forth, trying to educate our kids about crime. And I think the law enforcement need to step up and let them know what the punishment of crime that they commit, so they'll be considerate of that as well. I think that'll make a whole lot of difference.
Reverend Washington says he and other community members will be holding a meeting on December 10th about how to combat the issue. More details about that will be on our website. We're also waiting for booking photos from the Sheriff's Office. Jenny?
All right, Hannah, thank you so much. One person is dead after an apartment fire in Washington County. It happened around 5 o'clock Sunday morning on Middle Hill Road in Sandersville. The fire was raging when crews arrived on scene. They battled it for nearly 2 hours before getting it under control. 42-year-old Tamori Hill was found dead inside one of the apartments. 3 buildings were destroyed. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
The search continues for a missing woman in Barnwell County. 56-year-old Regina Arroyo hasn't been seen or heard from since last Tuesday. She's from New York, and she may be up there in New York or Virginia or in South Carolina still. Call the Sheriff's Office if you can help with this case, please.
It is time now for a first check of the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Tim Miller.
And Tim, some cooler temperatures on the way.
Yeah. It was a pretty nice last couple of days. A very slow warm-up, too. All coming up in just a few minutes. Jenny, Brad.
All right, Tim, thanks. A gun lot giveaway in Augusta in honor of Zaki Ryans. The 4-year-old died after an accidental shooting last month. The organizer wants everyone, especially parents, to help protect the young people in the CSRA. Photojournalist Reginald Mackey has the story.
I was just surprised at some of the young mothers who asked me what they were because they didn't understand. And when I explained it to them, they said, oh yeah, can we have more than one? As you see, this is a toy gun. It'll go all the way through. And then when it comes out here, it'll go around the trigger and it will go in here just like that.
And then the gun is unusable.
Right. Hey, my name is Jack Logan. I'm the founder of Put Down the Guns, Not Young People organization. And we're trying to keep kids safe from being hurt by guns. We would have to give you a free gun law. But in the barber shop, to see that many people, no one down the head, turned the head away, they handed their hands out to receive a free gun lock.
Well, I think gun law is very important because, for one, the incident that happened recently, it was very tragic that it happened. I think if he would have had any kind of training of gun safety, those things could have been prevented.
If you want a free gun lock, you come get one, so those types of things won't happen again to your loved ones. These guns are not toys, and they need to be very respected because, as we can see, it has hurt and harmed and killed a lot of people mistakenly.
To every young mother, make sure that you protect your child. Prevent a child from touching a gun because you carried that child for 9 months and you want to see that child grow up to become a productive adult.
Good work there for sure. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp announcing a new plan to reduce your state income taxes. He's going to introduce a bill next session to give the largest income tax cut in the state's history. It would drop the rate down at first from 5.75% to 5.39% and then lower it every year until it gets to 4.99%. The lieutenant governor says the long-term plan is to eventually phase out and waive Georgia's income tax altogether.
It's estimated more than 600,000 people in the U.S. will die of cancer this year, but one local doctor is taking a new blood test that could help change that. Dr. Brandy Gonzalez has taken the first approved test for multi-cancer early detection known as the Gallery test. The technology has been used for pregnant women to find out the sex of their unborn baby, but researchers have also discovered it can detect more than 50 types of cancer. Gonzalez says this is a huge breakthrough.
I really do think this is going to be one of those turning points that we see in certain areas, that this is going to change the way that we start looking at screening and monitoring cancer from here on out.
The test is recommended for people 50 or older at elevated cancer risk or those at high risk due to family history. There will be more on this story for you coming up on News Channel 6 at 6.
Well, here we are kicking off the final week for you to please help with our holiday toy drive. WJBF teaming up with our Giving Your Best partners to give as many children as possible a brand new toy for Christmas. Once collected, we're going to wrap those toys and deliver them to the nonprofit Bridge Ministries. Last year, we collected around 500 new toys, with prices going even higher out there. This year, there's a greater need to try to help.
And it's really important, especially in the holiday seasons. Things can be really tough for families, especially after COVID hit and everything. There's more demand for help, and to give a little joy at the end of the day, especially in the holiday season, it's really important to be a part of this toy drive for Bridge Ministries, and especially them being their last year doing it. We want to make it the best year yet.
You can drop off those new unwrapped toys all the way up until Friday right here at Television Park or any Security Federal Bank.
This week on Jenny, a visit with a local legend, Flo Carter, as she is celebrating her 95th birthday. Flo started in television back in the early days here at WJBF, and her career led her from TV studios to concert halls, nightclubs, and churches, all kinds of venues. But it started when she was a tiny little girl growing up in Philadelphia.
I would go down on the street corners, and I've heard so many entertainers since my time talk about how they would go down on the street corners and sing and, get money. I did. I got down on those corners, and boy, I'd go to it.
As a little girl.
I'd tap dance, and I thought I was Sophie Tucker, and I'd sing "Some of These Days" when I was 5 years old, and and imitate Shirley Temple. And I got money, but the one day I got money and took it home, and Mom asked me where I got that money. She took my money and put it up in the cupboard. I never saw the money again, and I never went down there and did that again either.
We'll hear wonderful stories like that one from Flo. And gee, her career really has been amazing. Wait till you see her music video, This Train. Also, this is a really stressful time of year. Take a moment to focus on your heart and emotional health. Tuesday at 12:30 on Jenny.
Love Flo so much. What a wonderful lady.
She really is.
Still ahead, it is a debate that happens every holiday season. Should we get a real Christmas tree or a fake one?
We'll take a look at both of the benefits when News Channel 6 at 4 returns.
Now to a holiday debate facing a lot of families out there. Should you bring home a real tree or an artificial one to spruce up your home for the holidays?
Stephanie Ramos takes a look at the pros and cons of both.
There's so many more benefits to getting a real tree.
It's the spirited debate that comes around every December.
This year I decided to invest in a tree, and I'll probably have it the rest of my life.
When it comes to picking the tree to trim, is real or artificial the one for you?
This is a fake tree, and I'm kind of fine with that. I've just always had the fake ones. Now, other people's family tradition might be like Clark Griswold going out into the woods with an axe.
There it is.
But for us, that's what it was.
The topic getting nearly 1 billion views on TikTok, and in some cases, dividing families.
We have always been a family of real trees.
Last year, Nick Webb thought the artificial tree at her mom's house was only for the year. When she walked into her mom's house this year,
That my entire family has switched over from being real tree people to being fake tree people. And then my sister's like, oh yeah, we also have a fake tree.
They do last longer, so I can keep it up longer.
according to the American Christmas Tree Association, this year, nearly 77% of consumers planning to put up a tree are leaning toward artificial, many citing ease to assemble, consistent appearance, and easy maintenance as reasons behind their choice. But experts like Gary Chastigner, whose nickname is Dr. Christmas Tree, says when it comes to the environment, real trees are the way to go.
When you're finished with your tree, they'll recycle them, they'll mulch them. For every tree that's harvested, most growers are planting at least one seedling.
But when it comes to spreading holiday cheer, the American Christmas Tree Association says artificial, live, small, tall, there's no such thing as a bad Christmas tree.
It's not bad at all, really. Maybe it just needs a little love.
I'll tell you what, Christmas sure did arrive early in Columbia County. Big parade yesterday, taking over downtown Evans. And everybody here at this Channel 6 sure was thrilled to broadcast it live on MeTV. Jenny and I had a great time out there. Tons of floats and volunteers, really bringing Christmas to life as folks line the streets to watch. Don't worry if you missed the broadcast. You can catch it at WJBF.com.
This week, Augusta will be holding its Christmas parade, and there will be a new route. It'll move to Green and Telfair Streets, and then it'll take a U-shaped route starting at 10th Street, going right onto 7th and then onto Telfair. The parade begins at 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon, and it will air on MeTV and stream live on WJBF.com.
Keep it right here. Chief Meteorologist Tim Miller tracking that forecast.
Plus, with everyone putting up Christmas lights, we're taking a look at how you can save money on your power bill. Don't go away.
I'm Attorney Jim. Bring those temperatures back up to around 60s or so before we cool it off once again.
All right, Tim, thanks a lot. Indeed. Saving money during this time of year can be tough, that's for sure, but experts say there's a way to cut down on the costs of your holiday lights. They say traditional LED lights cost only 21 cents to burn for 45 days, a big difference compared to the old-fashioned incandescent lights. Experts say those will set you back $2.07 per month.
Yes, my wife is always, she's a stickler, you know, for the don't burn the lights too long and things like that, you know. And it's just, it's very efficient, though. It really is, especially the new ones that they make today.
90% of an incandescent bulb, the heat is wasted and the electricity is wasted. So LED lights are a lot stronger. I've dropped them off a 2-story house and they don't break.
Firefighters say it's a good idea to turn off the lights on the Christmas tree when you leave your house or when you go to bed. It'll save money and it'll help cut down on the likelihood of a fire.
Coming up, the final college football playoff rankings are now out.
And some people are not happy. I'll look at which teams are in and which ones are out next.
Wow, if you're looking for great deals on Christmas decor, you've got to get to Carolina Pottery. Huge selections of ornaments, trees, wreaths, and greenery, all at our everyday low prices. Get festive for less this year. Visit carolinapottery.com or a store near you.
Breaks for so clearly you. So take two.
It's Christmas time again at Carolina Pottery. Shop and save on our variety of decorating themes. From traditional to whimsical, we've got the style you need with hundreds of value-priced products to choose from. Visit carolinapottery.com or a store near you.
Yesterday, the College Football Playoff Committee left undefeated Florida State out of the championship playoff.
Will Reeve takes a look at the decision.
College football playoff semifinalists have been selected. Florida State shocked they're not one of them. The Seminoles were a perfect 13-0 this season and won their conference championship. The first school from a Power 5 conference in CFP history with such a resume to be left home. Head coach Mike Norvell outraged, saying in a statement, quote, "I am disgusted and infuriated with the committee's decision today to have what was earned on the field taken away. A season-ending injury to star quarterback Jordan Travis may have influenced the selection committee's decision to snub Florida State."
One of the criteria that the committee has used in the past is if a great player on your team is injured and unavailable, that can potentially affect how you're ranked. And unfortunately for Florida State, their star player broke his leg in the 10th game of the year.
Travis posting on social media Sunday, quote, "I wish my leg broke earlier in the season so y'all could see this team is much more than the quarterback."
To the end zone. And it's caught.
Two-time defending national champion Georgia won't make it a three-peat this year. The Bulldogs fell short against Alabama in the SEC championship game, suffering their first loss in 2 full years.
Any comment?
No, must lay.
All right.
Lay low, keep head down.
All right.
Lay low, keep head down.
That's it for us this half hour. But there's more coverage you can coming up at 4:30.
Right. We do hope you'll stick with us as the Supreme Court reviews the bankruptcy filing of a disgraced opioid maker. The story next at 4:30.
Do you suffer daily